Hey, what up, everybody? Stephen Breach coming to you. San Francisco 49ers going to pull out another win in the battle of 2-2. San Francisco comes out on the better team over the Houston Texans. It's always nice when you start off a game on the opening drive with the Houston Texans quarterback Matt Schaub throwing another pick six. I guess he set a record for his fourth straight game with a pick six. It's only if the touchdowns can count on your own record. Honestly, I think that the way that the last Texans game ended against Seattle is basically the same way that this game started. Even when Matt Schaub started to look good, the Niners defense just came out up top. He threw 3 picks on the day. Honestly, in my opinion, there should have been a 4th pick. Everybody can remember the rookie Reed dropping one that I thought was in his hands. Overall, I think when it rains, it pours, and we'll have to see what goes on with the Texans down there for you. I know that the fans out there are pretty ruthless. It's been a couple of years that the fans have trying to get an uprising to get Matt Schaub out of there. I've come on the record here and said that I thought Matt Schaub's a great quarterback. I understand that Colin Kaepernick is my guy, but if I was a team out there and Matt Schaub was my quarterback, I would feel confident. I mean, this guy's been a Pro Bowl guy year after year. TJ Yates is their backup. He's pretty unproven. I don't know. I've never really seen a whole lot of the guy, but to me, I've always really believed in Matt Schaub, and if you're gonna put that guy out there, I think that's a hell of a job to give up. And you see, there's not a lot of teams, trying to jump off for Josh Freeman, but there's a lot of teams saying that Freeman, once he was available and could move to their team, that he really could help them out. Matt Schaub's a quarterback that I honestly think he's not as young as Freeman, but I think is a better quarterback. I apologize. But overall, the Niners, well-balanced offensive game. Colin Kaepernick threw a touchdown to Vernon Davis for his second game in a row with a TD. We had Frank Gore running the ball. He found the end zone. Dixon even found the end zone on a short one. Who got the first touchdown of the game? Was that Brock? I think it was Brock who made the interception on the pick six. From here, I believe we go and we play Arizona next week. So it's nice to have our first game of the season that is not against a former playoff team with us, battering up. We took the real bad licking at Seattle. We took another licking from Indiana. Indiana was able to help us out today. We got a win with them beating the Seattle Seahawks. So the Seattle Seahawks have suffered their first loss. So now we're only one game out of the NFC West. Colts are a damn good team. Have to see what goes on from there. Seattle's going to go out there and they're going to have to start playing harder teams. I know they've stood up to us. They kicked the crap out of us, and we're a pretty good team to stack up yourself against and see how good you are. But they've had a few cream puffs in Carolina and Jacksonville, and now they're going to be having to go and play the same teams that we've played, and we're going to have to see how good they are. So one game behind them isn't that bad. I would love to be in front of them, but man, some lady lied to me. Straight up, we were working away, and I guess the lady just left early or something like that, and she just happened to bring up how Seattle won, and it was like, whatever. I sort of expected Seattle to win. I picked them in my pick'em pool, but then I go to lunch, and I'm just watching we're watching the Broncos and the Cowboys game. I got a good story about that one at the end, too, and all of a sudden we're watching it, out of the, nothing out of the ordinary play just happens, and fuck yeah! I mean, just bam! I saw the score up on the bottom line, and I texted my buddy, that lady fucking lied to us, dude. The Colts won. We had a little woo-hoo and a little text message there for you. And, I don't know if you guys watched it, but, the Cowboys didn't lay down and play dead, but there was a point in this game, right when I entered in the break room, it was the first chance we weren't listening to this game, we were listening to a different one, but this game was on the radio, and right as I went up, it was like 3rd and 5, Romo had the ball, and they were down on their goal line, and Romo took a sack of 17 yards on one play, from a 3rd and 5, he lost 17, and I looked at my buddy who was in the break room with me, and I said, I don't even really know what's going on in this game. the Cowboys are going to lose this game. I don't care how many points they're up on the board. They're up 7 at that point. The next play, they kicked the field goal on 4th down. They were up 10-0. And I swear to you, it would have felt like within 10 minutes, Denver and Peyton Manning had scored 3 touchdowns. One of them was one of the best fakes I've ever seen. Anytime Peyton Manning runs the ball, you're going to be surprised. But, I mean, Peyton could have, literally, broke out a dance. He, faked the handoff and just sort of stood there and then just skated around the backfield and ran to the left side of the field where no one was on. The whole side of the right side was stacked with defensive players, but he could have moonwalked in there Michael Jackson style. Cool stat came up. This was a few weeks ago when Denver played Oakland. I believe it was week 3. Terrell Pryor had 160 rushing yards on the season at that point, and they put up that, Peyton Manning's career had lasted 12 years, and he had the same amount of rushing yards. And it was like, holy shit. We all knew Peyton wasn't going to run that much. He didn't run that much at Tennessee, but that's a pretty killer stat for Terrell Pryor to be able to say, yeah, that he topped his rushing record in 2 years, what he did in however long he's been playing. Shoot. A long damn time. San Francisco 49ers back on pace. See what's going to happen next week. We got Arizona. Peace out. Have fun.